for very long, but I did read an article about the deficit and Deval Patrick, and just and once again, like this is just from what I read and what I understand, that yeah, they said that yeah, there is going to be setback, but I think that the political nature and the climate is that people are more politically aware. They know what's going on. As like in the past, people didn't pay attention to politics. Like I feel like there's a new age. Like people are starting to get into politics and starting to understand, and so they're gonna understand that yes, when you're in a deficit, you can't promise like everything you promised. You're not going to get it right away. So people are aware of that. And from what I read in the article and from what I understand from it, everyone was like, yeah, we know he's in deficit and he's trying to make change. We're going to work with him to do the best that we can to help him so that we in the end can get what we want. I read that like yeah, he said like the state house or someone was gonna they're cutting back on the workers. But you want to know what? He's not just firing people left and right. He's asking them to look at energy efficiency. He's asking them, what don't we need? What's all the surplus? He's not. It's not like it's like a. I know it's bad like when you be in deficit, but it's not. He's not like doing the easy thing and just getting rid of people's wages. He's looking at things that are like really efficient and things like that. That's what I think it comes down to. Like that's the new politics that I'm talking about. Not only people more aware and can like make educated decisions, but our politicians are actually doing what they say they're doing, or what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, and I guess for a lot of people, they get too caught up with the idea that it's the governor's responsibility to take care of the state, whereas there are other positions where they're trying to help out the governor, and so I think that needs to be taken into account because Deval Patrick, he can't take care of everything by himself. I mean, there are other people around him who can help him, including the people who voted for him in the first place.
Um, I haven't read any of the debates as far. Well, I don't know if there have been debates, but I haven't read anything about Clinton's stand on Obama's stand on any issues currently. So I don't know. You seem to know a little more, and I'm gonna direct the question to you. But I know we're talking about is America ready for a black president, but and you're talking about the actual issues involved, and I'm just wondering, is is Hillary Clinton like a bad candidate? And would if she's not a bad candidate, do you think that she could win over Obama just just because of the fact that she does have that name Clinton and she is white though she is a woman, but do those like the issues are they balanced in that way that if it came down to we same issues we have like different ideas or same ideas on certain things, does that balancing come in where she's a white woman with the last name Clinton?
Well, I know the big thing that I've been reading lately was their stance on the war in Iraq, and Obama was straight up against the war in Iraq, and Clinton was for it, but she said later on, she didn't believe in how it was taken care of, like she didn't agree with what steps were taken. They do have a lot of similar approaches in terms of being democratic and, appealing to like the welfare state and improving things like that. I haven't really looked into Clinton, like I haven't followed her stance and stuff. I mean, when it comes down to it, like from what you're saying, and to be realistic, like for a second, like that's possibly what it could come down to. Like, if Barack Obama does decide to run, the way the polls are showing, it's if he decides to run, it's like a two-man race, so to say, between Clinton and Obama for the Democratic pick. And if we're gonna be real, like that could be a factor in the fact that she's white, she's a woman, her last name is Clinton, versus he's black, his name's Obama, you know. So
Hussein.
insane. I mean, but yeah, to be real, I think that is gonna be a factor, and I wish it wouldn't be, but yeah, it could be. But once again, though, like just to go back to the other side of it, Clinton does have that name, Clinton. She's nationally known, whereas Barack Obama, he's been in the spotlight for a couple years now. Like and he keeps getting more press, and the more times he gets more press, so far it's only been good press, and people are beginning to like him more and more. Like I read an article where he was in New Hampshire and he was speaking on something, and it was expected that there was only going to be 500 people. 2,000 people showed up. People were standing outside trying to get in and watch. He's getting all this national press, and it's positive press, but like he's surprising people more and more, and how much people are starting to jump on like the bandwagon, I guess, to say they really are liking him. But Clinton, like everyone says, like we've agreed, she has that, and she's known already, which is helpful.
I would say